welcome back to another episode of the Female Empowered Podcast. I'm your host, Christa Gurka, and we had a good episode. Well, I think all my episodes are good, to be honest, but we got a good one that I think will be very actionable for you today. And what we're going to actually be talking about is 4 specific promotions boutique fitness and wellness businesses can run in the summer during Slowdown to help with cash flow. Now, let me give you just a little bit of history as to why, or information, background as to why I think this is an important episode. Number one, generally, summer is a slower time for most businesses in general. Why? Because people travel, kids are out of school, so schedules are different. There's a whole lot of reasons. There's, especially here in Miami, there's snowbirds. So we get a lot of people that go back up to the Berkshires or the Hamptons or Asheville or Colorado. Okay. So this episode isn't necessarily for everyone revolved around summer, but it could be during slower times of your year. And if you're tracking your metrics, you should know when those slower times of year. And so they're good promotions in terms of cash flow. And so they should be very intentional. And what we like to try to have people consider is, so for example, in Pilates in the Grove, or at Pilates in the Grove, July has year over year always been our slowest month from an attendance perspective, as well as from a cash flow perspective. So what we try to do is look at how can we, as a business, improve cash flow during that month without necessarily shooting ourselves in the foot and selling something that will be discounted for a long period of time. So how can we incentivize more visits, more people into the studio, into the business, and improve our cash flow? So by no means am I saying just run a bunch of sales. They should be very, very specific in terms of what your business goals are and how you can inject some cash flow if needed during a slow time of your business, whatever season that is. Okay. So I just want to throw out that little caveat there. We're going to talk about 4 things that you can do in the summer. Last year, I also talked about ways that you can combat the summer slowdown. And I'll have to look at exactly what episode that is. But if you need it, you can actually just DM me on Instagram, Summer Slowdown, and I will send you that episode. I can't think of what the actual episode number is right now. This year, what I'm going to talk about is 4 specific promotions that you can actually run that will help infuse some cash flow into your business. Okay. Number 1, a discounted class package or service package that you do not normally sell. So for example, at Pilates in the Grove, we sell a 10 class pack and a 20 class pack. We don't sell anything else. We don't sell 4, we don't sell 8. So what we did last summer was we sold an 8 class package to match what our 8 class monthly membership was. So we sell 8 classes per month for $239. So we did the same thing last summer. We said for $229, we'll sell an 8 class package with the caveat that it expires in 60 days. Okay. And it was only available for sale throughout the month of July. Now you could buy as many as you wanted, but you had to use it in 60 days, which meant by the end of September, all the sales we did were already serviced. So it wasn't like a year, it wasn't any of that. So basically, normally our 10 class package is $360 some odd dollars, I think it is. So we were offering a discount. So what that does, how it helps cash flow in a variety of ways. One, people that have 10 class cards will be like, oh, I'll put my 10 class card on hold and I'll buy this one and use this one for the next 60 days. Okay. It's a win for the client. It's a win for us in terms of cash flow. It's not so discounted that people on an 8 class membership will be like, oh, I don't want to do the membership this month. I want to do this one. Okay. And because it's 60 days, it only means they're only available for sale in July. So someone that comes back in August is not going to be able to buy it. And it's in 60 days. So by the end of September, okay, or yeah, by the end of September, they'll all be used. So then people go back to the previous pricing. So that worked really, really well for us. I think we sold something like 50 some odd of those packages. So if you do the math, okay, that was an influx of like $12,000 into the studio in July, which was great. I want to say maybe even did 60. So it was really great. We did somewhere between $12,000 and $20,000 in revenue for that. And it was very specific, very short run. Okay. So a package of something that you don't normally sell, a package of 4 classes. Maybe if you have the capacity to do an unlimited month, you can do that, but you really, really have to be cautious and make sure that you have the capacity to do that. But that's an example of a discounted package that is normally not part of your services. So don't take a 10 class card and discount it. Do something that you don't normally do. Maybe 5, maybe 6, an odd number. Okay. The other thing that's really good to know in terms of pricing strategies for this is the rule of 9s. And there's a lot of research out there that for some reason, the rule of 9s, if you end a price on a 9, 279, 269, 299 sells more than the rounded number. Okay. Another package option, which I got this from some of my colleagues in my mastermind that I had thought of before that I thought was a great, great idea, was a never run out of credits drop-in deal. So if you use ClassPass or GymPass or some sort of other third-party aggregator, they have usually people have a limited amount of sessions. So for ClassPass, for example, I don't know, depending on, they're always changing, so who knows, but depending on their package or their membership or their tier, they can maybe do 2 classes a month or 4 classes a month, and then they can't do any more. So one of the sales that you can consider is never run out of your credits. So basically, people can buy a flash sale of single session credits, single drop-in for maybe 50% off, right? So maybe you're selling them for $20 instead of $40 or $15 instead of $30. And then this way, these people can use their credits and continue to come back maybe after their credit limit is reached in ClassPass or GymPass. So this would be something that you run maybe for 1 week or 1 day, and there's an expiration on them as well. Okay, so they have to use these credits within 60 days or within 90 days or whatever you do, so that at least they're getting them to use them before the end of 2024, and ideally in a shorter period of time. Okay, so that's a never run out of credit deal, flash sale promotion, right? So never run out. And by the way, anyone can do this too. So say people are on your membership and they get 8 classes a month, but they want to do a 9th class. Well, never run out of credits, right? You can buy a drop-in for $25 or $20, right? And you're still getting an influx, and they have to use them with a certain amount of time. Okay, so this is another great way to get some cash influx in a limited time offer that can help infuse some cash into your business during slow time, specifically in the summer. Okay, another way that you can get an influx of cash is prepay the next 6 months at a discount. So maybe if you have people on monthly memberships, or you want to sell a monthly membership, and you can say prepay July through December, right? July, September, October, November, no, June, July, August, September, October, November, right? So maybe prepay the next 6 months or the next 5 months or the next 4 months at this rate and get a discount on it. It's only available during the summer. So it would only be for people that come to the summer. And if they continue to be loyal to you throughout the summer, maybe they get a little discount on, a session like that. Or prepay the next 6 months and get 1 additional class each month. So maybe if they do 8 class a month membership, and you say, if you prepay the next 4 months in advance, we'll give you a 9th class each month. Okay. The idea there is that maybe they use a 9th class, maybe they don't. Or you can use it in a credit in terms of a credit, right? So maybe sometimes there's some research that shows if people, they are more attracted to dollar values versus classes. So instead of saying, we'll give you a free class, you can say, we'll give you a $40 credit per month, right? They can use it towards a private session, towards therapy, towards massage, towards recovery services, whatever you want. So that could be something as well. So prepay the next 6 months, maybe the next 5 months or the next 4 months with some sort of value add on top of that. Okay. So basically, instead of saying if you prepay 4 months at a discounted rate, you prepay 4 months at the same rate and you're giving them a value add of a $40 credit or something to that effect. All right. And now the fourth promotion that we really love is doing pop-up classes or workshops. Okay. Now these can be paid. I love them to be paid, especially a pop-up class. So maybe you could say, we're going to do a pop-up class, a pop-up foam roller class. And it's a different price point than what is normally in people's packages or memberships. Or you're going to do, maybe you're a yoga studio and you want to do an inversion workshop. We are holding a workshop in June that is an advanced choreography workshop. So it's for not only Pilates instructors to learn advanced choreography, but also for some of our clients that don't get to do a lot of these advanced moves in group classes. And so we're holding that workshop. It's a 2-hour workshop. Another pop-up class is maybe a strengthening class. Like maybe it's a active aging strengthening class, or maybe it's a workshop on balance and fall prevention, or a workshop on nutrition, or a workshop on bone health for as you're entering menopause. So you could do a variety of these workshops. What about a golf workshop? Okay. How to use Pilates or yoga or strength training for golf, right? So those are having these kind of pop-up classes, whether they're a niche, a brand of class, like maybe you have a pop-up jump board class, or maybe you're going to do a 90-minute or a 75-minute class, which is something you don't normally do, or you're going to have pop-up classes on a Sunday. This is another great way to test out new times. You could just do a pop-up class, right? Like, oh, let's have a pop-up. If you want to see if Sundays are going to work, do a pop-up class and see how many people attend. Or if you want to try a 5 p.m. class or a lunchtime class. But having pop-up classes is a really good way for one, during slower times to test out new classes and services, get some cash flow in your business, and keep your instructors and staff members working when the census is a little bit low. Okay, so I'm going to review again the 4 promotions that I suggested today that you can run during the summer to help infuse some cash into your business. Number 1, discount a class package or membership that you don't normally sell. So if you only sell 10 and 20, maybe do a 6 or an 8. Or if you only sell 8 and 12, maybe you do a 10. So something to that effect. Discounted class package you don't normally sell. Idea number 2, never run out of credits flash sale. So if your drop-in classes are like $35 or $40 normally, maybe on one day you say never run out of credits flash sale and you sell them for $25. They're only available one day and they have to be used by the end of the year. That's a way you can do it. Prepay the next X amount of months. So prepay the next 4 months, get a $40 credit to use each month at the studio. They can use it towards socks. They can use it towards privates. They can use it towards a drop-in class. They can use it towards whatever they want. Okay. Pop-up classes or workshops. Can you do a low back workshop and then lead it into a low back series of classes? Can you do a pre or postpartum workshop and then lead it into a series of classes? Can you do a pop-up class? It's like a 75-minute mat class or a 75-minute advanced reformer class. How about a workshop for Pilates instructors or the advanced practitioner? So those are 4 different ideas for promotions that you can run during slower times of your business to infuse some cash. The other thing I think is really, really important to remember is there's a 5th way you can use this downtime. And that is catch up on all the things that you don't have time to do as a business owner during the year when you are really, really full. Things can look like build out your SOPs, your standard operating procedures, review your employee handbook, update your offer letters and your promotions and your policy and procedure manual, work on your contracts, meet with your team, do some in-service stuff with your team to have meetings about how you can improve services or how that you can teach each other, and things like that. And then lastly, you can rest. You can rest. Okay. If your business is doing great and you're meeting all of your goals, you can rest. Take some time off. Okay. And again, maybe you can batch social media. Maybe you can write some blogs. There's always things we can do that we normally don't have time to do when we're so busy. Maybe you've had on your back burner to like update your SOPs for a long, long time. And this is a time consuming process. Like maybe you just plan out one process each week in the summer. So by the end of the summer, you get that all done. All right. So this is a really short and sweet, quick episode. So I really hope you like it. If you have any ideas that you'd love to share of what things that you've done in summer or slow times, I'd love to hear your feedback. Feel free to DM me over on Instagram. I'm at Christa Gurka. And until next time, my friends, bye for now.